joy it brings me. Who sang that song? Hey guys, I literally am like sitting here, but I'm already out and about. And I was like, okay, well, if you're gonna just sit here through the rainstorm anyway, you can just turn on the live and we'll just see. I pulled up my weather, you guys, before I came on, and it said that the rain is supposed to stop in 30 minutes. And so then I was just sitting here like, well, it's going to take me. I was sitting here thinking like it's going to take me that long to get back home anyway. So I could just, I'm already sitting here. Do you guys hear the rain? In Las Vegas, you guys, we love the rain because it doesn't happen that often. But this isn't even monsoon season. We usually get a lot of rain, you guys, in July. This is September. And all day yesterday, it was raining, you guys. Yes, you guys. Say hi as you come in, you guys. You hear all the rain. I'm sorry. It's Mother Nature. Hi, Juju. Hey, Juju. I'm in the rain, girl. Oh, shit. It's lightning. It is raining, you guys, so I don't know how long I'm going to be on this live if it doesn't stop. But the weather said that it's supposed to stop in 30 minutes. That is crazy. I mean, 2 days in a row, you guys. 2 days in a row. We've been getting rain. It rained all day yesterday, so I didn't even bother coming out. It felt so weird being inside the house. All day like that. That felt so weird. But I was in the house, you guys, all day. Because I'm used to getting out. Making love in the rain. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you come in. Be sure to say hi. I'm just trying to see what's going to happen with this rain. And I'm hoping that it's going to stop. But since I'm out here, I was like, might as well just turn on the live. What? Krishna says, I am a trainer, a gym trainer in India. Hey. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you guys come in, and be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the like button. Look, it stopped. Come on, universe, work it out for me. I don't want to have to cut off my live. You guys know when we do the live, I have my lunch. And so I'm just now eating. As a matter of fact, though, you guys, this week, starting, I think, Tuesday, I've been trying not to eat until 2 o'clock. So I'm definitely not hungry right now because my body's gotten used to eating at 12 o'clock. So what I'm having for lunch today, you guys, is, I know this doesn't look like much, but this is taco meat, hamburger meat that I made yesterday. Hamburger meat. And I just have some taco sauce on there and a little bit of cheese. So, taco sauce, some cheese, and then I'm going to have it with my protein chips. My protein chips. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you come in. Hi, Aiden. Yes, I like to go to the gym. But I've been going to the gym 3 days a week for weight training. And then I've been trying to do 2 days a week dancing. And then I've been trying to take the weekends off from the gym. But it just depends on what I feel like and what's going on. Because I work from home, I'm usually in the gym during the week. But all of my friends, they don't work from home. Or some of them do, but they have 9 to 5 jobs. So I don't get to see them during the week. I only see them really on the weekend classes. So I will still, pop in to the gym on the weekend just so I can see my friends. Fitness. I like to do the weightlifting classes and dance classes. Weightlifting and dance classes. I love dance classes. If it was up to me, I would just do dancing 5 days a week. But because I need to get some type of weight training in, otherwise I need it for my bone health and muscles. So yes, you guys, be sure to thumbs up the video. When you come in, be sure to say hi. And be sure to thumbs up the video. And you guys know how I do. I have to eat my lunch. And we talk about the good relationships and dating. And what's the problem? Why these people can't seem to work out. Oh, you're a boxer. Wow. Wow, boxing. I remember, I wonder if these studios are still open. But back in, I want to say 22, who's that fighter who lives here, you guys? That boxer who lives in Las Vegas. Little short guy. What's his name? Oh, Floyd Mayweather? I think is it Floyd Mayweather who lives in Las Vegas? I think so. Back in 22, I don't know if these are still open. He had these boxing studios open. And he was doing these promotions. And they were promoting in this little park that I was in. And they were like, do you want to meet Floyd Mayweather? And I was like, no. Why? I was like, Floyd Mayweather. And they were like, yeah, the boxer. They were like, he's supposed to be here today. I was like, why? And they were like, this is a new gym or boxing studio or whatever that he just opened. And I was like, oh. And one of the girls, convinced me to come in because I was like, no, I don't want to meet Floyd Mayweather. And one of the girls like, she was so shocked when I said that. She was like, you don't want to meet Floyd Mayweather? I was like, no, why? And then she said, just come into the studio. She said, we're doing like a mock, what is that? Like for the promotion, they were doing like a little mock fight. I don't know if it was like a real, but they were like, I don't know what they were doing. And then they were taking a whole lot of photos and everything afterwards because the gym had just opened. And so she had convinced me to come in there because she said that she was going to be doing she herself was going to be doing some of the boxing and taking the pictures. So I was like, I'll go to see you. I don't want to see no Floyd Mayweather. Who was that one girl? Is that Layla? Ali's daughter? Is her name Layla? Yes, Floyd Mayweather. Layla Ali? Now, I used to love to watch her fight. Oh my God. Was she married? Is that her name? Layla Ali? Is she married? If so, I wonder what her husband, if her husband is not a boxer also, I wonder what he thinks about having a wife who can beat him up. If you're a man, would you date a woman who's a professional boxer? Is that too intimidating for you? Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you come in and hit the thumbs up button. A Gunner says, what do I think about the ICE raids? I don't think about them at all. Why would I be worried about that? Hi, Lou. Why would I be worried about ICE raids? I don't think about that at all. I'm also one of those type of people where I don't give my attention to things that I don't want to attract. So since I don't want to attract any of that nonsense, I don't even think about it. I try to focus my attention and give my energy to things that I want. And when I get through focusing on things that I want and that I want to manifest in my life, I don't have enough time in the day. Lou, do you like to check into lives? Do you like that kind of content? You like to watch a lot of people's lives? Lou said it's a lot of weirdos on the lives. Yes, Lou, I'm a very normal person. But some people think that eating on camera is weird. Yeah, so let me take that back. Some people can think that's weird, but I like it. I like how everybody has their own little personality. I love that about YouTube. I remember when I was watching this episode of The Office. Oh my God. And was the manager at the office? It's been so long since I've seen that freaking show. But the main guy, you guys, and I just think he is so funny. And on one of the episodes, I forgot what was happening. I don't know if he got a promotion. I just don't know what was happening in the office. And he's like, call Channel 5, call the news, call YouTube, tell them to come down here. And the Jim character, you know, you guys, if you know anything about The Office, you remember Jim. Jim was known for his looks. He wouldn't have to say anything. He would just get these looks like, this dude is an idiot. He's like, call YouTube. Oh my God, it was so funny. That's what I love about YouTube. It's just everybody turning on their camera and hopefully presenting their authentic self. So if it's quirky and weird, cool. If it's charming and sexy, cool. If it's informative, a doctor, cool. It's like, it's just your personality. It's just who you are. Oh my God. Michael Scott. Oh my God. I was in love with The Office. Michael Scott. Oh my God. Oh, I love that freaking show. I cannot think of any show today. I don't watch TV, but I could not even think of any like Netflix program that is any comparison to that show. We're talking about pure genius. Absolute genius. I love. So you guys, I've been trying to eat less than 25 grams of carbs. That's what I'm on now. Back on, rather. Anytime I want to go into weight loss mode, I just drop my carbs. And I count. So I had to stop eating my sweet potato fries because it's good carbs, but it's still carbs. Dawn said Trump's second term is funnier than The Office. You know what, Dawn? I just see politics, all the politics. It is. It's just it's funny. I don't take any of it serious. It's just a game. I have an attitude like if there's nothing I can do about it, I don't care about it. One of my spiritual teachers has said that you need to look at life like you look at hairs on a dog. Like, if somebody were to ask you how many hairs is on your dog, you would say, I don't know, and I don't care. That's how I look at politics. I'm like, I don't know, and I don't care. Does it affect me in my day-to-day life? No. Then I don't care. I don't watch it. I don't pay attention to it. It's just a game. In my opinion, all politicians do is lie. All of them. All of them. They just say whatever they need to say to get elected. They'll tell you anything. They don't actually mean anything. They just all lie. Like, it's just what comes with the territory. They're just liars. So, I don't have time to waste paying attention to the news, politics, none of that. It's like, I just don't care. I don't know. I don't care. Mm-mm. Even when it comes to the relationship topics, I'll just look at enough information and decide what I want to come on here and talk to you guys about. And then when I turn this off, I don't pay attention to relationships. I don't care. I don't care. I think it is so sad when I see so many people just so committed to the division. You know what I mean? They are just, yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you guys come in. Say hi and hit the thumbs up button. So many people are so committed to the division of men and women nowadays. Right? And this is why I always tell you guys, from what I can see, I'm not out here dating. But for what I see on social media, you guys don't like each other right now. Men and women. You guys don't like each other. You're always fighting. Nobody's willing to change. So, I want to talk today, though, about why is it that it seems like the masses don't see what appears to be obvious as hell to me. Meaning, there's such a divide out there nowadays between men and women. To me, I'm like, yeah, because women now have their education. Women now have their own careers. Women now have their own and making their own money, their own access to resources, buying their own homes, buying their own cars. So women don't have a need anymore for these men. I know that sounds harsh, but it's the truth. Why do you guys think there's such a decline in the marriage rates? It's because women don't need men financially. They have choices. And so they're choosing to be single. So I don't understand why the masses don't get this. That the reason why there's such a divide in men and women and in these relationships is because men want these women to go back to the old days of stay home, sit down, be quiet, submit, do the domestic chores around the house, and make whoopee with him every day. Men have been blatantly saying this. Men, you guys, men haven't changed. This is what men have always wanted. Men don't recognize that women have changed, though, because women now have their own resources. They are not willing to settle and be in a relationship doing all these things for this man. And then these men and women today continue to fight. And I'm just sitting back wondering why. Well, like, why don't you guys just give it up? Like, the masses have not acknowledged that. Ken Thorne said that's a woman's job. Ladies, do you see what I mean? In 2025, we still have men, a lot of them ladies, who believe that it is your job. Sit down, shut up, submit, and open your legs. Period. The end. They don't see that women have moved on. They don't see that women have just passed them up. Women are just like, no. Now, here's a good point. Fitness says there are plenty of women who want that, but most men can't afford to even provide. Exactly. Exactly. I don't understand why men don't acknowledge that. You want this woman from the 1950s, sit down, shut up, submit, open up your legs. Any and every time he tells you to. But that woman from the 1950s had a man who was her sole provider. She did not have to work. These men cannot even afford to keep a roof over their own selves. These men are out here complaining about getting laid off. These men are out here complaining about the high cost of living. How in the hell are these men going to be your sole provider? This is what I don't understand about men today. If you know that you can't do what the man from the 1950s did, which was be her sole provider, you know that you can't do that. You asking this woman to go 50-50. Then why do you men in 2025 continue to ask for this woman to sit down, shut up, and submit? Go back to the ways of the 1950s. But you men can't go back to the ways of the 1950s because you're asking her to go 50-50. You can't be her sole provider. D Nice says, make him a sandwich. Do you guys see now the major divide and what's going on? You have men who want to be in this more conservative way of the 1950s. He wants this woman to be sit down, shut up. But the woman has moved on. She's migrated. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. The minute, and ladies, this is what I'm always trying to tell you guys. Just you guys be sure to say hi as you guys come in and hit the thumbs up button. The minute this woman took off and start making, and women, this is why I try to tell you guys why these men say that it was because of the feminist movement that destroyed everything. The feminist movement destroyed relationships. What they're basically saying is the minute that these women were allowed to have their own jobs, make their own money, get their own education, buy their own house, buy their own cars, they're basically acknowledging that through this feminist movement, this woman having her own resources is now the reason of the decline in relationships and marriages. This is why I tell you guys all the time. These relationships are not, and marriages are not built on love. Because why would this man have such a problem when a woman has now standards, because now when the woman is making her own money, she has higher standards and expectations, because she's like, I can either be over here on my own, living my best life, or I can be with this man who wants me to sit down, shut up, and submit and open up my legs. Why would she choose this life over here with this man when she has all of her own things over here? And this is why I tell you, ladies, why these men get so upset when these ladies say, no, we choose to be single. We choose to be single. They don't like the fact that ladies have options. This is why they're trying to take over and reduce women's rights. They're trying to remove women's rights because they feel like when we remove these women's rights, when we remove these women jobs, this is why so many of these men are elated when they see women getting laid off in droves. Because they're like, yes, when we remove her independence, when we remove her job, when we remove all her houses and her cars and her money and her credit score, now she's going to have to be dependent on this man. This is why I tell you, ladies, this man wants you to be dependent on him so that he can control you. But these men don't understand that women have just gone on. They're just doing their own thing. And so now we have this male loneliness epidemic. Now we have so much of this red pill content. Because these men are so upset and these men are so angry that women are not choosing them anymore. But what's so funny is it wasn't that long ago where these men were saying women need to choose a better man. When the woman would complain about this relationship or this man that she would be with, he would say, well, choose better. You need to choose, that's not my fault. You need to choose a better man. Now more and more women are saying, oh, I'm going to choose better. I'm going to choose me. Now these men are really upset because now they're lonely. They're incels, involuntarily celibate. They can't even get a woman to make whoopee with them. They got to pay a woman if they want to get some whoopee. I don't understand why men don't get it, that these women are not going back. You can't go back. You can't be her sole provider. She's not going back. The other thing that I don't understand with this divide with these genders now is that there still are a lot of women who the ladies call pick-me-shas, pick-me's, that will do anything for this man. She will sit down. She will shut up. She will submit. She will open up her legs too. But these men don't want them pick-me-shas. Why? Hi, Carlos. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you guys come in. I don't understand. Why don't these men want these women? So many women out here who are willing to do that. But because she doesn't look the part, these men don't want to have anything to do with her. But she's literally over here begging to give this man everything he's asking for. But he don't want her. He wants to tame the boss babe. He wants to tame the independent woman. He wants to get the independent woman who's a dime to change and go back to the 1950s woman. So these two genders just continue to clash. They just continue to fight. And I'm just like, why don't you guys see the writing on the wall? That times have changed. And as I've said to you guys many, many times, when you give this woman access to her own resources, education, and money, oftentimes this woman is not going to choose this average dude. Why? I really don't understand why men cannot put themselves in a woman's shoes. Why would she want to be locked down and locked into a house with this average dude and has to be monogamous with this average dude while also paying half on the bills, doing 100% of the domestic labor, and having to make whoopee with this dude all the time? Why don't men get that that's not a good deal for this woman? Women don't want that. And it's like both genders are spewing out what they want, what they want, what they want. The woman says, okay, if I'm going to deal with a man, that man needs to he needs to be a sole provider. Basically, when women got access to their own resources, their expectations went up. Because now they don't need a man for every little thing like back in the day. She can do it on her own. So now she's like, okay, if I do still want a man though, my man needs to be 6 feet or taller. He needs to have a six-pack. He needs to be packing 6 inches or more, making 6 figures or more, emotionally intelligent. Aaron says, men gave these women resources. Aaron, women gave you life. Which one do you think is more important? Which one do you think is more important, Aaron? You wouldn't have resources to give if you didn't have life, Aaron. You wouldn't even have any resources. Oh, yes, you guys. If you like my content, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much. Eric says, are you Muslim? No, I'm not Muslim. I don't follow any religion. Okay, ladies. We got another one of these people in the audience. Abla says men give life. Wow. Again, you guys, this channel is marked for 18 or older. This channel and this chat is for adults. 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 Men do not give life. Men do not create life. Ladies, these men, in their roundabout way, are admitting what I'm always telling you, ladies. They want you ladies to go back to the 1950s. Now, do you guys see what the divide and the problem is? No woman in her right mind is going to go back to the 1950s. Put on her apron. Who's that? June Cleaver. Jim says, what do you bring to the table? Jim, you know what my solution is? I don't think these women need to prove their worth. I think these women just need to leave these men alone. I don't understand why. Almost made it an hour without blocking somebody. I think I see somebody I need to block. Jay, why do you say I need help? I try to encourage ladies that 2025, this is not the time to be dating. This is not the time to be dating. You guys want men and women want two different things. And ladies, just think about it. With this high cost of living, Era says, so you're a lesbian then? Era, I'm celibate. Life is good. Women, this is how you know that these men need women. Ladies, you know how on my channel I'm always encouraging you ladies to just close your legs and go on a celibacy tour? In almost every video, I try to encourage my ladies and challenge my ladies to go on a celibacy tour for a minimum of 3 years. Ladies, when I listen to these men and all of their rebuttals in this gender war, do you know that they never advise or encourage men to just be celibate? They have all the advice in the world of what a woman needs to do and how this woman needs to change and what is this woman bringing to the table, and she needs to do this and she needs to do this and stop being so independent and stop being a boss babe. But they never say the most obvious solution. Why don't you men just stop making whoopee? Why don't you men just stop worrying about women? Why don't you men just take a time out? Go on a celibacy tour. Close your legs too. Zip up your pants. How about that? How about you men just zip up your pants for 3 years? Why won't you guys do that? Because you need women. Because you need to be making whoopee. All the time. Dang, I forgot to do that. I was going to do something for my live. I forgot. I'll do it next time. Yeah. Yeah. But you need good women. Are you struggling with women out here? Or it's no problem for you? Do you think that out? It's all on social media, is my question. Okay. Our first block of the live. Let's go ahead and get them out of here. Are you guys struggling out here in the dating world? Or is this all on social media? Hi, Whistle. Hi, Algoma. Hi. Yes, you guys be sure to say hi as you come into the chat. Another person to block. I'm very good. My day is wonderful. Oh, I'm eating my protein chips. This week I have cheddar and sour cream. This is my second favorite. The ones I had last week in the purple bag, spicy chili, is my favorite. Aaron said, women are the gatekeepers to love. It's been that, oh, that went up too fast. It's been that way since the dawn of time. Now women have become more independent and think they don't need us. It's sad, really. Aaron, do you think women need men? Mr. A said, is it struggling or they're just not trying? Are you men trying? Have you men just, oh, I got way behind the chat, just that fast. Are you men are just giving up? Yes, you guys be sure to say hi. Hi, Tyrone. Also, you guys be sure to hit the thumbs up button. And if you like the T-Bird, subscribe. If you like my content, subscribe. Oh, hi, Erica. Erica says, hey, friend, you have on my favorite color. It looks good on you. This is one of my favorite colors, too. It didn't always used to be. My favorite color used to be black. I used to wear black all the time. And then maybe about 10 years ago, I was like, I need to incorporate more color. And now it's a very rare day. I still like black, but not to wear in clothes. Hi, Aiden from the UK. Okay, Mr. A said we both need each other. Men and women need each other. So then, Mr. A, if both men and women need each other, why are these men and women of today struggling so much in these relationships? Why am I seeing so many men and women saying that modern day dating sucks? They say it is horrendous out there. Hi, Linda. Yes, you guys be sure to say hi as you come in. Oh, Veronica says peace and blessings at Tracy Unplugged and everyone in the chat. Oh, thank you, Veronica. She said she'll be back later to watch the replay. Yes, Veronica, please do. And hit the thumbs up before you leave, Veronica. Thank you. Yeah, watch the replay. Aaron Sharp says, because everyone is obsessed with sex and money. So I'm assuming you think that men are obsessed with sex and women are obsessed with money. But Aaron, that's not new. I don't know why this younger generation thinks that that's new. Men have always wanted sex, and women have always wanted men to be her provider. I don't know why these two genders don't just state the obvious. I think, in my opinion, you guys, I think that men and women today, they need to just say what it is. Like, men should be like, I like you. I think you're pretty. How much would it cost me? How much would it cost me to make whoopee with you? Because I really like you. I think what the problem is, Aaron, is that these men, they want sex, but they don't want to pay for it. But they don't want to pay for it in any way. They don't even want to take the girl out on a nice 5-star dinner. They don't want to pay for it by, I don't know, paying her rent that month. They don't want to pay for it by even giving and investing time. You know, spending time with her before asking her for a whoopee. These men literally want to meet these women on a dating app, go out for coffee, and then go make whoopee. These men don't understand. This is not how that works, sir. This is not how that works. The minute Abba men ask for 50-50, that's the minute everything goes down. Abba, if you're asking for 50-50, why won't you just be single? Why are you asking a woman to go 50-50? I really don't understand this about men. Why? What is the benefit of a woman? Men in the chat, I am specifically asking you this question. What is the benefit to the woman to go 50-50 with a man when she could just do 50-50 with a roommate? What is the benefit to a woman to do 50-50 in a relationship where she still has to make whoopee with you and she still has to do 100% of the domestic chores? And likely you're going to be that same man talking about you the king of the castle and you supposed to be her leader. What is the benefit of a woman engaging into a 50-50 relationship with you? Spree world, I'm not saying 50-50 is a wild concept. I'm simply asking the men, what is the benefit to the woman? I'm really men never answer this question for me. I like to hear both sides. What is the benefit to the woman to do 50-50 with a man in a relationship? Oh, Rat Life says a man is going to take better care of you. What? How? Oh. Abba says women ask for equal rights. Okay, so I guess what you're saying is because women are asking for equal rights, they should pay half the bills. Now, men, why would she do a 50-50 relationship with you instead of just getting a roommate? Just having one of her girlfriends move in with her and they split the bills in half. Now, can you answer me why would she choose to do a 50-50 relationship with a man in a monogamous committed relationship as opposed to just getting a female friend to be a roommate? I'm trying to get you guys to tell me, how does it benefit her to be in a 50-50 relationship with a man as opposed to just getting a roommate? Hydro says women fought for decades to get jobs that men have. You try to remove that. Right, Hydro. I know women can choose either a roommate or 50-50 with a man. So out of those two choices, why are you championing and arguing the case that she should do a 50-50 with a man as opposed to just getting a roommate with her friend? Whoa, I missed that one. So Bonsai says, but like a if a man is looking for a wife and a woman is looking for a roommate, they aren't meant for each other. Exactly. So Bonsai, that's going exactly to my point. A man is looking for a wife, and what does that usually entail? He's going to want that woman to do 100% of those domestic chores. When you ask a man what makes a good wife, what is a wife? Out the gate, he's going to say, that's a woman who's going to make whoopee with me on a regular basis, cook, clean, have my kids, raise my kids. This is what men think a good wife is. This is what you guys say. You don't care anything about her intelligence. You don't care anything about her degrees. You don't care anything about her being independent and a boss babe. You don't care anything about her being a spiritual person. You want her to cook, clean, have your kids, raise the kids, and make whoopee with you every day. Chore, 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 chore. All I'm trying to do, you guys, is try to get men to realize how this does not benefit this woman. Yes, you guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up button when you come in and say hi to me. Say hi to the T-Bird. Okay, we got another one, you guys. I know, ladies, when I'm on my videos, I know they think that I make this stuff up. I love when men come in here and show the ladies that I don't make this up. We got Robert. Robert says, you come from the rib of a man. I told you, ladies. Ladies, this is why I try to tell you, when a man says that he is a Christian or follows behind that religion, this is why this is so dangerous. Because he really believes in his soul that you were created to be a man's helpmeet, that you were created from the rib of a man. He believes this literally, you guys. Did you guys see? It was other men who said, men create women. Oh my God. Oh man, I got behind just that quick. Yumi says it depends if she wants a romantic relationship. Okay. Tyrone Thompson says some people like having other people to do some of the little things. There's nothing wrong with sharing resources. Tyrone, you are so right. There is nothing wrong with sharing resources. But oftentimes when these men want these women to be in 50-50 relationships, they only mean 50-50 when it comes to the bills. These men don't want to do half of the chores. They don't want to share resources. They just want the woman to pay half the bills. They don't want to take on half the responsibility of raising kids, taking kids back and forth to school, picking them up from school, doing homework with the kids. They don't want to say, okay, 4 days out of the week, you cook, the other 3 days, I'm going to cook. Twice a month, you do all of the sweeping and mopping of the floors. The other 2 times a month, I'm going to do all the sweeping and mopping of the floors. 1 week, you do all of the kitchen work, dishes, cooking, cleaning. The next week, I'm going to do it. Tyrone, they don't want that. They just want the lady, when these men today say 50-50 relationships, they only want the woman to do 50-50 on the bills. He doesn't want to share on the chores. I like that. Tyrone says he likes hugs and kisses. Yes, hugs and kisses are so underrated. Vincent says, I think we look at this 50-50 debate from the wrong angle. Okay. In the past, relationships were arranged or there was strict courtship rules. We live in a society where that is not the case. I agree. So, Vincent, or is your recommendation that you feel like we should go back to arranged marriages? Is your solution that women and men need to have longer courtships instead of being in such a rush to get into bed? Maybe you guys should just court each other for a year. And how long do you think that long extended courtship should be? Do you think a year is sufficient? Bonsai says he is more mature than the woman. That's what it means. That's what means, Bonsai. Okay, so Vincent says going 50-50 seems like a very logical and considerate way for both individuals to say, I am interested, but I am not yet ready to make a commitment. So, Vincent, are you saying you are for 50-50 relationships? Abba says the best chef is a man. But then why don't you guys cook? Vincent said it's not necessarily about benefits, but respecting each other to meet a middle ground. Hi, UFO. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you guys come in. Oh my God. D Nice, you are always absolutely hilarious. D Nice says, be careful, ladies. Don't let these non-pick me's, I think he's referring to me, make you lose your spot. Oh, oh. D Nice, what are you saying? You got them lined up? You got the ladies lined up. They gonna miss their spot. They gonna miss their spot if they listen to women like me. D Nice, just going off the comment section of my videos. Most of the women who listen to me, they're not lining up to get a man. They're not worried about missing their spot. Okay, good one. Okay, Brett says, my definition of a woman as a male is a life partner, a lifelong partner, a friend forever. I just want my love to be reciprocated to me the same as I give to her. I agree. I agree. Froggy says, how does he stop cyberbullying? Help, please. Give me a suggestion to stop this. You're actually the person who's bullying other people online? Stop. Stop it. Veronica says, to me, 50-50 means everything, right? 50-50 means we're going to do everything 50-50. I didn't see the question. And it's too far up there. I'm already behind in the chat. Okay, so Bonsai says, when I think 50-50 relationship, I mean the husband and the wife will equally take care of the house, the children, rent, etc. This is what I believe 50-50 should be. But Bonsai, apparently the women are saying this is not what the men want. They get these women in these relationships saying, can we do 50-50? And the woman is thinking, she's thinking 50-50 in everything. We're gonna split the bills, we're gonna split the rent, we're gonna split the household chores, we're gonna split raising the kids, we're gonna split taking the kids back and forth to school, we're going to split all of this 50-50. And so then the woman will agree, yeah, 50-50 sounds good. Only for her to get into the relationship and he's like, oh, no. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I meant just 50-50 on the bills. That's what the ladies are saying. That this is what these men are doing. I don't know what Pocky is. I don't know what that is. Basically, these women are saying these men are tricksters. Tyrone says a relationship is like a fingerprint. There are no two the same. It's not a historical situation that happens again and again. I agree. But these women and men today are struggling. D Nice says, how about I go to work and you cook and clean? I think a lot of women, that's what they're saying, D Nice. They're saying, yes, I will stay home, cook and clean, raise the kids, but you need to be the sole provider. But D Nice, that's not what these men of today are asking these women. They want the women still to go to work. But then when she gets home from work, kick off her shoes, cook, clean, be mommy, main caregiver of the kids, and make whoopee with this man. So she ends up doing 3, 4, 5 jobs all by herself. Robert says, do you think men and women are equal? Yes or no? Equal in what way? Equal in what way? I think we both bring different things to the table. Exactly. Veronica says, be careful with the 50-50 cleaning and laundry. The person might make a big mess and have more clothes to wash. Yes. And so that's the other thing that these ladies are saying. What do they call it, Veronica? The women are calling it something incompetence. Dang, I just had it. Something incompetence. Basically, where these same men are so intelligent and have great work ethic when they go to their work, when they go to their job. But all of a sudden, when they come home, they don't know how to do nothing. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to do laundry. They make a bigger mess doing the chore that then the lady is just forced. She's just like, just don't worry about it. Don't even do it. Because you're just making more work for me. And they're saying that these men are deliberately doing this. These men are deliberately not doing a good job with the house chores because he knows, and I have actually seen many comedians make skits on that. where they say that men will deliberately do a piss poor job just because he knows that the woman is going to be like, don't worry, just don't worry about it. I've actually been in a relationship with a couple of men who did that. We didn't have the title, whatever that is. What is that called, ladies? Oh man, I'm behind on the chat. Tyrone says he is 62 years old. Tyrone, a lady never tells her age. Ladies, tell me what are they calling it now? Something incompetence. Somebody actually made their username Jeffrey Dahmer. What in the hell is wrong with you guys? Haywood says, your wig is lopsided, little mama. You guys make me laugh so much. Oh my God, I love when you guys make me laugh. Fitness says it's easier to get a man than a job. Exactly. Especially nowadays, fitness. Ooh-wee. Yep, Veronica said, be careful with the 50-50 preparing meals. The person might eat more than you. That's what I was saying. Say hi, you guys, as you come in, and be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Shabazz. I love it. Oh, shoot. I love it when you guys say hi when you come in. Say hello to the T-Bird. Exactly. Fitness said, what about 50-50 on pregnancy and birth also? Can you guys do that? For a woman to have a child is the most dangerous thing she can do, health-wise. Is an 18-year job having a child. Are you guys going to do 50-50 on that too? I actually dated 2 different men I was in relationships with who did this whole whatever incompetence where they basically choose when they can be competent in something. And I would literally, like, say, for instance, I would say, are you going to cook tonight? And the man say, yeah, I'll cook. But just like Veronica said, by the time that man got through cooking, the kitchen would be a disaster. Just crumbs, food all over the counters, all over the floor, towels all dirty and messed up, just left them on the counter, probably left the oven on, dishes, just dishes in the sink. You know how, like, oftentimes ladies, when we cook, because most of us are just kind of like raised that way, that we clean as we cook. So we take out the hamburger meat, we put it in the microwave, we defrost it. While that's defrosting, we over here in the sink, cleaning up some dishes that may have been in the sink, put them in the dishwasher, clean those up, go get the ground beef out of the microwave. Then we put the skillet, we start grounding the ground beef. The whole time we grinding the ground beef, we getting out the taco shells. The whole time we got the dish towel over here, we wiping down the counter. Like, we clean as we cook, so that when dinner is ready, we can sit down and eat, and all we have to do is now just clean our one plate and utensils, and that's it. I have had so many times where a man will cook for me, but he literally, the kitchen looks like a disaster zone, like a war zone when he leaves, and all he did was just cook one meal. And so it will just force me to just be like, don't worry about it. I got it. So even if he is like, I'll cook. I mean, if you want me to, I'll cook. And I'm like, no, it's just more work for me when you cook. It's just more work for me. And so oftentimes women will just go ahead and do the job. Just do the job. Well, now they're saying that these men are deliberately acting incompetent just because they know that the women are just say, don't worry about it, I got it. Or a lot of the women are saying that when they go out with their girlfriends and they lead the man home to watch the kids, when she comes back home, the house looks like a war zone. Like he just basically let the kids tear the house up. Dog poop, baby toys, toddler toys, jelly and peanut butter on the wall. Like the house looks like a war zone. And it then just makes the woman just go, you know what? I'll either just pay for a babysitter or I'm just not even going to go out. I'm not even going to go out because it's just more work that I have to come home to every time I try to have a weekend out or a night out with the girls. Like the men are deliberately doing this. Hi, Joy. Joy says hi from Dublin, Ireland. I have Irish in my family. William Mason says a lot of people are lazy and will complain about a situation another is praying for. It's best to just take your time out here and not rush anything. Get to know people first. Absolutely. I really do think too that these dating apps, these men like to say that feminism destroyed relationships. I believe that no, these dating apps destroyed relationships. They really did. Men thought that it was going to be a good thing because they could get on these dating apps, meet a woman, hook up with the woman that same day, and make whoopee. They call it the hookup culture. It was great for men when it first started, but now they realize it destroyed relationships. You know why? Because everybody is constantly like they like swiping on people like they would, I don't know, pictures on celebrity gossip. It's like no. Like they're just like swiping like they were just shopping on Amazon. Like I remember when before online shopping was such a big thing, and people, and especially like women, would love to like go into stores, try things on. Let me try that shirt on. Let me try that dress on. Oh, let me see. It was like a whole outing. I'm going out with my girlfriends. We're going shopping. We're going to the mall. And I remember I was like, women are not going to want to do online shopping because we just like the experience of going out with the girls and shopping and touching clothes and trying them on and da-da-da-da. And now I was just thinking the other day, I'm like, this is how I actually prefer to shop. When I just think about going into, first of all, I don't go to malls, but even when I just think about going into a store and I see all of those clothes, like the other day, what did I go inside? No, I think that was maybe a couple of months ago. I went inside of a TJ Maxx. And I was going into the TJ Maxx looking for some earrings. And I remember just seeing, because it had been so long since I had been in a TJ Maxx. And just in just a retail store, it just didn't dawn on me how long it had been. And when I just saw all of those aisles and rows of clothes, I was like, I cannot believe I used to shop like that. Like, I cannot believe that I used to actually go into a retail store and just go through aisles and aisles of clothes like that. Whereas now I can just be on my phone, just like you guys do on these dating apps. And I'm just like, in the comfort of my bed while I'm watching my Orange is the New Black. And I'm just like, oh, nice dress. Oh, what's the price? Oh, they have my size. Oh, purchase. Like, you cannot beat that. And that's what happened with dating. It's like now you guys go out on dates and everybody's just like, They can barely even focus in on a date. Everybody is just like sitting there and they're just like, like they cannot even concentrate on the date with the person they're on because they're just like, it's something better going on over here. People are literally on a date and they're going to the bathroom swiping. This date not going. And now because people think that they have a plethora of options, now people aren't willing to settle for anything. So like the minute, oh, yellow butterfly, hi. So like the minute that a person on the date does anything wrong, maybe she laughed, and when she laughed, she said, wait, how do they do that? You know, like when some people, they laugh so hard, I think they call it snort, like this. I can't do it. They laugh and they go like, why can't I do it? But anyway, a woman could be laughing so hard that she snorts like that. And the dude would be like, check please. The man could say anything. He could be on the date and he could say, yeah, because I voted for Trump. And the woman is like, check please. Because everybody's like, I have options. I have a ton of options waiting for me on my dating app. So nobody even cares anymore. Nobody even cares to even want to get to know each other. It is very interesting to watch. G-Max says, keep dates short and sober. Check in with your feelings during and after. Don't overshare deep history before you commit. It builds a false sense of intimacy. Hi, Cheryl. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you guys come in. Dang, I'm way behind on the chat. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you guys come in. Yes, Veronica says going 50-50 is a big step and it can be deceiving. Yeah, G-Max says dating apps have been terrible for relationships. Don't use them. I always tell my ladies, stay off the dating apps. Creeps and freaks on the dating apps. Ah, thank you. Quick box said green is a fitting color for you. Thank you. I actually have a lot of green in my closet. Fitness says the checkout lines are insane at TJ Maxx. Yes, I waited forever to get one pair of earrings. Ah, okay. We hear this a lot, ladies. William says it's both and other contributing factors: birth control, child support, alimony, etc. The lemon isn't worth the squeeze. This is a very red pill manosphere man slogan. The juice is not worth the squeeze. So William, are you dating? I don't understand when men say the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Why don't you guys stop dating? Why don't you guys go on a celibacy tour? If the women, what they're saying, ladies, is that these women nowadays are not worth it. The women available now, they're saying it's not worth the effort that they have to put forth. So I never understand why these men won't just go on a celibacy tour. Flab says, Mr. Flab says, should women should learn to be quiet and full of submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. Ladies, I cannot write this stuff. These are men saying this. How many times I have to tell you, ladies, they want you to sit down, shut up, and submit and open your legs. Tonda says, hi, Tracy. I'm glad to be here. I missed you last weekend. Yes, you did. How are you doing? I am fantastic, Twanda. You know I am, look, girl, living the dream. Living the dream. We're talking about modern dating in 2025 and gender wars, the gender divide. What's the problem? Why are these men and women today struggling so much with dating? Oh, William says he's not dating. Okay. Are you celibate, William? Yes. Yes. Veronica said, I'm speaking from experience with the 50-50 thing. I always ended up doing more. I don't advocate for 50-50. Exactly. Veronica, you're not alone. That's what is happening to most women. They end up doing more in these 50-50 relationships. You know why? Because just on the fact that she has to work and then do all of these other chores, it's going to create an imbalance. It's going to create an imbalance. Yes. The 4B movement, women over here are not calling it 4B, but that's what they're doing, Twanda. These women, you see the birth rates are plummeting. The marriage rates are down. The government is freaking out because women are speaking with their actions. Abba said, we men, we're good. I like to hear that, Abba. I would like to see more men going their own way too. What happened to that? What happened to the MGTOW movement? What happened to you men going your own way? I thought you guys said that you were sick of women. You don't like this boss babe. She got too much talk back. She don't respect you. She don't need you. And so men said, we're going our own way. Then why didn't you guys go your own way? Why are you still here? Why are you still here fighting, fussing, and arguing with these women? Then the men said, no. We're getting our passports. We are the passport bros. We're getting our passports and we're leaving this country. And we're going to go to places like the Philippines. We're going to go to places like Brazil. We're going to go to places like Colombia, Thailand. And they said that they were leaving. I don't understand why you guys are still here complaining. Haven't you guys noticed that the women haven't changed? When the whole MGTOW and passport bros, we leaving. The women haven't changed. So I'm not understanding, why are you guys still here? Why are you still here in the good US of A complaining about the women in US of A? Why didn't you guys leave and stay gone? Oh my God. not too long ago, was that last week? I was watching this one man's video. I believe he said he moved to, oh, was it Thailand? It was either Thailand or the Philippines. And he said he moved there. And he was giving advice to all these men, talking about they're going to be passport bros, and they're going to go to these other countries where the women are more submissive and docile and know how to respect a man. And this man was giving his accounts of his story. And he basically was saying that I'm going to just say Thailand, because I'm almost sure it was Thailand. And he met a woman. They got married. And he said at first everything, was going great. He said, but it's just their culture that when you marry the woman, you basically are married to her family. So he was just being real authentic and honest. And he was like, I don't think that, he was saying he didn't think that his wife was a gold digger or that she had malicious intent. He was just saying, just part of their culture though, that when she needs something, of course she's going to expect him, her husband, to foot the bill, to pay for it. He said, but what he wasn't expecting and what he was unaware of was that if anybody in her family needed something, a health emergency, about to lose their house, just anything, that because that's how their culture is, that you're supposed to help, and because they feel like Americans, have all this money, he said he literally went broke. He literally went broke, drained his accounts because between her and her family, and her feeling like, I'm your wife. If you love me, you got to take care of my mom, my dad. My dad is sick. My dad needs a surgery. They were all just pulling on him, expecting him to pay for everything. He said drained his accounts out. And then he said because he was there in that country, he knew a little bit. Is their language Thai? I don't know. Don't even get me started. I don't know what the language is. But he basically said he had the basics of the language. But because, like I've told you ladies all the time, these people can talk circles around you, because if they don't want you to know what they're talking about, it's kind of like here in the black culture, they will start talking Ebonics. So it's like a mixture of English plus some other like slang that if we really want to, we could be sitting right in front of a person who's not familiar with Ebonics, and we can have a whole dialogue, and that person won't really know what we're talking about if we're talking deep in Ebonics or with a heavy into the slang, that person won't know what we're talking about. And so this is what this guy was saying that he experienced, that he was noticing that when he would be around the family, that they clearly were just like talking around him, and he could like pick up a word here or two, but he definitely was not getting the context of the conversations. And so he said he started like really feeling like they just were using him. They were just using him for an ATM. A lot of these passport bros are finding this out the hard way too. They're talking about these women in the good US of A. They're gold diggers. The juice not worth the squeeze. I want a woman in some of these other developing countries because they know how to submit and they know how to cook for a man and clean for a man. But they don't tell you guys the truth, like this man was saying. It's a totally different culture. So while these women over here in the US of A are asking for you to take her to a nice dinner, this woman over here in the Philippines, this woman over here in Thailand, this woman over here in Colombia, she expects you to take care of her and her entire family. That's the deal. So yeah, she got her head down. She's submissive. She's docile. She cooking and cleaning, making the rice and beans every day, waiting on you hand and foot. But She expects you financially to support her and her entire family. And when these men, I've seen multiple men say the same thing, that when they either say no, they cannot support her and her whole family, or when they put their foot down and say, I just don't have it like that. I don't have it. That this foreign woman, this foreign wife, becomes angry, irate, and basically don't even want to be married to that dude anymore. So ladies, listen to me. These men are full of crap talking about, I got my passport. We just gonna go over here and we gonna live over here in this other country where the women know how to treat their man. Ladies, this is what you should be doing. Say good luck. What they say when they fire you from a job? We wish you well and good luck in all of your future endeavors. Ladies, that's what you need to tell these men. Cool. Great. Good luck. Hi, Chad. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you guys come in and hit the thumbs up button. William says, I would never be used as an ATM. Only desperate men fall for such a lifestyle. But a lot of them are, William. They were on the roll. We passport bros. Trying to threaten these good women in the US of A. We were like, we moving out the country because these women over here don't know how to act right. And you're going to find yourself a woman and she's going to expect you to take care of her and her entire family. Now, I've actually experienced that myself. It's just a different culture, you guys. When you're dating, you guys know I like to date. When I was dating, you know, I date all kind of men, all races, all cultures. And it is, you guys, it's just it's a difference in culture. It's a difference in culture. And a lot of these cultures, Central America, South America, Philippines, a lot of these cultures is just very, very different than the US of A. They are very family oriented. And they feel like we're married now. You're family now. And yeah, I had a family member who had a health emergency. Yeah, you got $5,000? I've experienced that myself, you guys. And when you tell them no, when you tell them no, you like, because over here in the United States, we like, I can barely afford my own health care. Over here in the United States, if your man was like, can you pay $10,000 for my sister's surgery? We would be like, wait, what? Do you know how expensive healthcare is? I'm trying to keep my own head above float. How am I going to pay for you and your family? Ladies, so these men are full of it. I'm going over here. I'm leaving the country. I'm about to be a passport bro. Like they trying to threaten us. She's going to drain your accounts. And this is what I liked about this guy. Because he was like, I don't think this woman that he was with, he said, I don't think that she's trying to be malicious. Like, I don't think she's just trying to be a bad person. He was just saying it's just their culture that they expect you to provide for her and her entire family. He was saying even the parents would just like come to him like, yeah, we need this. We need this. We're going to need a new TV. Yeah. And then we need to get a new car. Yeah. And then we're going to need you to, we need food. So this is why they're so happy when they see their daughters marry this American man, because they're like, yes. This is why I tell my ladies all the time, these men gonna have to pay for it one way or the other. Either you gonna pay for it through an OnlyFans, either you gonna pay for it by just going down the street downtown and go get yourself a prostitute. Either you're going to pay for it by taking her out and courting her and dating her for months, paying for nice dinners, buying her flowers, taking her out. You're going to pay for it one way or the other. These dudes don't want to pay for anything. These dudes nowadays are telling the ladies that they should be okay with a coffee date. They want a coffee date not to get to know her. They want a coffee date so that they can leave from having coffee and go make whoopee with her. And then these men are absolutely stunned that this woman don't want to open up her legs after having coffee. These men up here talking about the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Take yourself out of the country and watch that woman squeeze. Ladies, when these men say, I'm leaving. Ladies, they do just like this. Yes. Like I said, how can I help you? How can we help you get yourself out of this good country? Since you don't like the good US of A, and since you don't like the women in the US of A, how can I assist you, sir, to get yourself a passport? Do you need help to fill out the application? I just made a video today about surplus men. We got too many men over here anyway. All these men talking about they lonely, and we got a male loneliness epidemic. Go out the country. They said in the past what they would do when there was a surplus of men is the government would export. Oh, the government would export these men. Go, 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 go. Because they knew that too many men is a problem. It gets dangerous when it's too many men. They said the government would export these men. Leave, 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 leave. Because when y'all don't have something to do, and when y'all don't have a woman, y'all get dangerous out here. Woodster says I'm giving bad advice. What is bad about my advice, Woodster? Do you even know what my advice is, Woodster? Just in case you don't know. My advice to my women is to go on a celibacy tour. To close your legs. Minimum 3 years. Be celibate minimum 3 years. Decenter these men. Center yourself. Focus in on your education, your career, making your own money, getting your own house, your own car. Do not rely or depend on a man. That's my advice, Woodster. What's wrong with that advice, Woodster? Ladies, do you see what I mean? These men don't want you ladies to close your legs. But then the minute that you open your legs, you get yourself an STD that you can't get rid of. You get yourself some HIV. You get riddled with all these kids. Then he's going to say you should have chose better. Then he's going to say you should have chosen better. Do you ladies see how these men are always trying to set you up? Always trying to set you up. Robert, what's wrong with being a cat lady? I know that you're trying to insult me by calling me a cat lady, but what's wrong with that? I really do think that you men use the whole cat lady thing. You're trying to insult women by that, but I think more and more of you men are starting to see that women actually prefer to be with their fur babies over men. Oh my God. One of my girls on YouTube posted this picture today of a woman and her cat. And it was a black cat and this black woman. And they both had on matching gold link chains. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ladies, I don't think these men understand. And I'm starting to get to the point now, ladies, where I think not only are these men jealous of women and what all women can do, I'm starting to believe that the reason why they say cat lady, you gonna die alone with your cats, I think it's because that they're starting to see how much we love our fur babies. I think they're starting to get jealous of the fur babies, you guys. I know you guys are like, no, Tracy, you taking it too far. I am not kidding. Because they say that so much. I bet she got a dog. Or I bet she got a cat. And they're trying to be insulting. They don't even realize it's not an insult. We love being with our fur babies. Like, love. I just got up this morning and I just looked at Roxy. Roxy and Jack have this, I have bought them this beautiful plush bed. And actually, I wasn't meaning to get it that big. I just clearly didn't look at the dimensions, but it's cool because it's big for them. So when I got it and I realized how big it was, I wanted to make sure it's big enough for both of them to sleep comfortably, but it was even bigger than I thought. So I went and got my, I got this meditation pillow. It's gorgeous. It has an imprint of a mandala on the top of it, but it's made out of this like, feels like little beans. You know how like when you guys used to have a bean bag back in the day? It kind of feels like compacted beans. And it's a whole science behind it, because when you sit on it to meditate, it's supposed to be very like supportive for your back. Well, ever since I got that meditation pillow, it is really nice and it's round. I would have it on the floor. And I remember the first day I got it, Jack immediately went over to the meditation pillow, and I had got all these pictures of him on the meditation pillow. I didn't put him on the pillow though, but it looked like I had kind of propped him up on this pillow to take these pictures, but I didn't. He just went over there to it, and ever since he loves that freaking meditation pillow. So I put the meditation pillow in their bed, because the bed is so big, it has so much room. So I'm like, I gave Jack the meditation pillow. And it was an expensive pillow too, you guys. That meditation pillow was like $79, $80. And because it's really nice quality and everything. But once I just realized how much Jack loves it, I was like, it's yours, Jack. And plus, you know, he would leave all his hair on it. And I got to clean off all the hair before I sit on it. And so I was just like, you know what, it's yours, Jack. You can have it. So I put the meditation pillow in their bed. So it's kind of like their like house. And so over here in this corner is their meditation pillow. And so when I got up today, as soon as I opened my eyes, Jack was curled up in this corner of the bed. Roxy is on her left side, knocked out. But then she has this paw on top of the meditation pillow. And you know, I tell you guys, when you look at Roxy sleeps, she reminds you of what it feels like when a mom looks at a little bitty baby, an infant baby in a crib just sleeping, and they look so peaceful. That's what Roxy looks like when she sleeps. So I have the beauty of being able to see that every morning. But today, she just looks so relaxed. The way she had this one arm hugging the meditation pillow, she on her side. She is knocked out, you guys. She's snoring. I'm like, oh my God. This girl is absolutely beautiful. I think these men, ladies, are starting to see how much we love our fur babies. And now they're starting to get jealous of the fur babies. They're starting to get jealous of our fur babies. That's why you're going to die alone with your cat. That's what I hope. Like, you know, ladies, we cannot determine when our last moment, our last breath will be. But if I had a choice, this is what these men don't get. If I had a choice of how I want to transition up out of here, it would be in my sleep, and right before I went to sleep, looking at my fur babies on their bed in such peace and loving way. That would actually be my ideal way to transition up out of here. When I think of how would I want to transition out of here, I never say, I want to transition out of here looking at a man laying in the bed next to me. Like, I never say that. I never say that. I don't wish that. I don't even think that. I'm like, if I could choose how I transition, it would be to have my fur babies either right in front of me in their bed, and that would be the last image I saw, or if my fur babies was in the bed with me and like looking into their faces was the last image I saw. That would be the ideal way for me to transition up out of here. These men know. These men know that we actually or would prefer to be with our fur babies over men. And this is what is so, this is just so hard for them to hear. They don't want to believe this. So they keep slinging these, what they think are insults. You're a cat lady. You're going to die alone with your fur baby. Yes, Veronica said, I love my fur babies. Yes. Yes. As a matter of fact, I talk to them more than I talk to humans, because they are literally with me all the time. If I'm at home, they're literally the only life that is around me all the time. So I literally am talking to them and trying to get better at my communication with them. And they know what I'm saying. Anybody with fur babies, you know what I mean. Your fur babies know exactly what you're saying. When you're like, come on, you ready to eat? Let's go eat. They know exactly what eat means. When you're like, you want to go bye-bye? When I say bye-bye, Roxy's ears are like, it's so funny, because I'll literally say, you want to go bye-bye? And then I'll watch her face. As soon as she hears the bye-bye, she goes, and then when I say, and then I don't say anything. And then I because I just love to see her do that, I'll go, do you want to go bye-bye? And I have never been able to get that level of love and joy from a man. And I have been in plenty of relationships, you guys. I have never received that level of love. Ladies, you know what I mean? The way your fur baby waits for you. Like when I pull into the garage, I haven't even opened the door yet. But they can, because their senses are so acute, they know that you're coming even before you get to the house. And so before you even open the door, they've already heard that garage door go up. So when you actually open the door, they're just like standing right there like, oh, Roxy just has this look in her face like, mommy, where have you been? I could have been gone for 5 minutes. And she's like, where have you been? Jack, not so much so. Jack will, but not like Roxy. Roxy is like literally there at that door, and she is waiting for her mom. I have never received that level of love from a man. I have never received that level of just unconditional love like you get from a fur baby. Why do you guys think that they call dog a man's best friend? That is like true, like the closest we can get true unconditional love. You're not going to get unconditional love from a man. You guys know that. He's going to be happy with you as long as you're pleasing him. The minute you tell him no, the minute you tell him, I don't want to do that, the minute you challenge him, the minute you give him any kind of talk back, he's not going to be happy with you. Yes, Veronica said the fur babies hear and smell very good. Yes. As a matter of fact, Veronica, when I was dating, I would always want my fur babies to meet the man. I'm like, let my babies smell you first. And if my fur babies was like no, I already knew. Your energy is off. Your energy is off. Something is off about you. Like, why don't my dog like you? Why is my dog still barking at you? Now, Roxy, when she first meets anybody, she is acting a fool. She doesn't want anybody around me. She doesn't want anybody to be next to me. She doesn't even like when I kiss Jack. She cannot stand it. She loves the attention. But she will, after she smells you, she will just kind of, okay. And if you good, she'll stop barking. If you're not, she will not stop barking. And I literally use that. I used to when I was dating. I would use that as like a as like a determining factor. Like, what's going on with your energy that my baby is still barking? Like, she is still just going in. I'm like, nah, nah, something is going on with you. No, 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 no. Veronica said, yes, right. Let them smell your company. And if they don't like my dog smelling them, don't come here anymore. Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, if you don't like dogs, if you don't like my friend, no, 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 no. We not meant to be. Hi, Bangton. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you guys come in and hit the thumbs up button. The thumbs up button, thumbs up button, thumbs up. What does that mean, Nori? Nori says, how much is you? How much is you? What does that even mean? Oh, I got my things out. You guys, I got a new bag of my good dark chocolate. Ladies, these are so freaking good. And when I'm doing low carb, I love this because I can get 1 ounce of, which is about 24 nuts, and it has a net carbs of 6. 6 net carbs for 28. Now, if I wasn't on here with you guys, I would actually count out. When I'm in weight loss mode, I will count out actual 24 pieces. Yes, Fitness says, I love those. They are divine. You're looking for a little sweet chocolate treat, especially if it's that time of month for you ladies, and you're just looking for a sweet treat, but you don't want to go in with some extreme sugary dessert. And they're almonds, and so they are really good for you. Twanda said, hey, Tracy, what did you have for lunch today? Twanda, I had what did I have? Taco. I had ground beef seasoned with taco seasoning. I had some cheddar cheese on it and some taco sauce. And I had my protein chips. And now I'm eating my almonds. And then for dinner tonight, it's Friday. For dinner, for dinner I want to have I'm gonna make a salad. I have some romaine lettuce that if I don't use it in the next 2 days, it's probably gonna go bad. So I'm gonna make a big salad, and I'll probably put some chicken pieces in there. So romaine lettuce, blue cheese, red onions is my favorite salad. A vinaigrette dressing, and some chicken pieces. William Mason, thank you for the super chat. Let me borrow $1. William, that's so funny because I used to have some cousins back in the day. Let me hold. What did he say? Let me hold a couple. Let me hold a couple of dollars. I was like, what? What does that even mean? Let me hold a couple of dollars. That means I want to borrow some money. And I'm so green. I was like, you mean you want $2? I was like, what are you going to do with $2? But what they really meant was they wanted like $20 or something. Can I borrow? No, T. No, T, let me hold $20. I would give them $20. Never to see that money again. And then I just got to a point. I'm like, This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. I'm like, I can't keep lending you money because you don't return it. Don't be that way, you guys. I'm not the type of person where I ask people for money, but I used to be a very, very generous person, and I just got burnt too many times. Let me borrow $100. Okay. Because I'm taking you for your word that you say you're going to borrow it, so you're going to give it back. But they would never give it back. So I said, okay, Tracy, these people are not going to give you your money back. Now, Twanda says, that sounds good and healthy. I almost got a bag of protein chips. Yes. Oh, Twanda, when I get my protein chips, I buy them in bulk off of Amazon, especially those Quest, because they're so freaking expensive to buy them individually. And so they usually come in, and I got them on rotation. So they'll automatically ship every, I think, once a month. I got them for like once a month because they come with a pack of 24 on Amazon. Veronica Brown said, give me some change back. Right. William Mason says, I asked and I make $25,000 a month. No shame. It's a good vibe check. Oh, William Mason, you sent me $2 and you make $25,000 a month? What in the hell do you do for a living? Thank you so much. $25,000 a month. You big baller. He said, big baller. Shot caller. Exactly. Veronica said $25,000 a month is beyond awesome. Wow. We have a landscaping business, and we do really good, bringing a lot of money a month, but that's a lot of expenses too, though. We have a lot of expenses, though. My partner was saying last weekend, he was like, we make so much money and we have so many. He's like, it's like we make money and then we have to spend. And then he always say, it's the life. I said, yes, baby, it's the life. You got to pay to play. You got to pay to play. You got to pay to play. It's the life. What they say, more money, more problems. Oh, wasn't that a movie back in the day with Stacey Dash? More Money? Oh my God, you guys, if you've never seen that movie, that is so cute. Oh, baby, I used to love me some Stacey Dash. But I love that movie. More Money, and she was, I first saw her in Clueless. Oh, I love that movie, Clueless. But More Money is this really cute movie with Stacey Dash and one of the Wayans brothers. Which one? Which Wayans brother is that with Stacey Dash in More Money? I think that's Damon Wayans. I like Damon a lot. I like Damon. I like, what's his name too? What's the other? Is he younger? I think he's the younger brother. I recently, well, not recently, maybe that was last year, I saw an interview with him on Club Shay Shay podcast. What's the younger brother of Damon Wayans, who's super, super popular? I'm looking right at him. Yes. Twanda says Stacey Dash is still beautiful, isn't she? She is gorgeous. Yes, William said Stacey Dash stayed fine over the years. Yes, she did. She is nice looking. Oh, do you, Marlon? Yes, yes. Thank you, William. Marlon Wayans. I like him too. But do you guys know who I recently saw who has not aged well at all? I could not believe it. I was like, no, that's not her. Um, she was super popular in that show. Was a spinoff of the Cosby Show. But it was Jasmine Guy. Do you guys remember Jasmine Guy? Have you guys seen Jasmine Guy lately? My mouth dropped. I could not believe that was her. And I like her a lot. Well, I liked her on that show, whatever the name of that show was. Whatever the name of that show was with her and one guy. I used to like that guy too. I forgot his name. But I recently saw her. Jasmine Guy, I could not believe it was her. And the reason why I even came across her is because she was doing a reaction off of this scene. Do you guys remember this old school movie, Spike Lee movie called I get so excited I forget the name. Spike Lee movie when they were off at college, you guys. Let's not do the right thing. No. When they were off at college, you guys, and you had and they was showing like the fraternities and the sororities. What's her name was in it too? The girl from Martin Show, Tisha Campbell. What was the name? School Days. If you guys have never seen School Days, any of you younger generation, pull up this old Spike Lee movie called School Days. Boy, we used to love that movie. But anyway, there was this scene in that movie where Jasmine Guy and Tisha Campbell and their whole clique or sorority did this scene where they were it was like a talent show. And I think the song was I don't want to be alone tonight. You guys gotta see this movie. Well, this like rang true for me so much because when I was in high school, me and these girls did that same routine for a talent show in my high school. That said, we got dresses, we made dresses and everything like that, and I was the lead. So I was playing Tisha Campbell's role, and we did this whole dance routine, but of course we lip synced it because you guys know I can't sing. And I think the name of the song is called I Don't Want to Be Alone Tonight. And Jasmine Guy, I recently saw her do a reaction watching that again, looking at herself, being so young in this movie doing this scene. Hi, Philip. Yes, you guys, be sure to say hi as you guys come on and hit the thumbs up button. And so when I saw it, it said Jasmine Guy. All you guys got to do is pull up Jasmine Guy reacts to School Day scene. And when they put the camera on Jasmine Guy, I was like, no way. This girl just walked in front of me, you guys. You got these cute little gray jogger pants on. Those are super cute. Anyway, I was like, no freaking way. You guys, I don't know if she spent too much time in the sun without any sun protection on. I don't know. I had to literally pull it up because I was like, wait a minute, how old is she? And I think she is early 60s. But she's not aged well at all. And I don't mean that as a diss or anything because I really do like her. But just time has not been good. Definitely not like a Stacey Dash. Some people, they just age really, really well. Now, you know who I believe would have aged really, really good if she would have left her skin alone and not had all those cosmetic surgeries. And that's Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox, you guys. I know you guys, especially if you're a younger generation, you might look at her now and you're like, ew, Vivica Fox, yuck. No, look at some of these old movies with Vivica Fox. She was really pretty. Look at this movie called Two Can Play That Game. Another one with her and Jamie Foxx. What was the name of that movie? A little silly movie. Booty Call or something? It's a silly little movie. But just look at some of these older movies with Vivica Fox, you guys. She used to be really pretty. Just a naturally pretty woman. Messed her face all up. Now she out here getting BBLs. I'm like, Vivica Fox, why won't you stop? Why didn't you just leave it alone? These celebrities have access to so much money. They just keep going and going and going. And then the next thing you know, they just look like frogs. They just look like aliens. They don't even look like humans. They have manipulated their face so much. I'm like, Vivica, why didn't you leave your face alone? Another person is Lil' Kim. She used to be this rapper, you guys. You guys, again, if you know Lil' Kim today, you would be like, no, she looks like a squirrel. Look at Lil' Kim before she messed with her face. She was gorgeous. Oh my gosh, she was freaking gorgeous. She was gorgeous. Messed her face up with all these cosmetic surgeries. I'm like, oh God. Y'all don't need to do that, especially if you're a black person. You just don't need to do that. You're just going to just age naturally. Drink some water, a good healthy diet, get some exercise in about 3 times a week, walk, put your sunblock on, and you will age nice. You don't need all that surgery. Yes, Alexander says she was a cutie. Yes, she was. Veronica says, I love Vivica Fox. She does look different now. Yes, it's sad. She said she has some good Lifetime movies. Yes. Look, Veronica said, look, Kim, shake my head. If Biggie see her, he would turn over in his grave. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't know why they mess up their faces like that. Mm-hmm. Alexander Wright says, I think you're 10 years younger than me. You graduated from high school in the 90s. Alexander, how you know when I graduated high school? Yes, Twanda said, Lil' Kim was beautiful. She was gorgeous. I'm trying to think, who else did I used to think was absolutely gorgeous back then? They're Siamese twins. Yes. They just mess up their faces. You can't even recognize them. It was a celebrity I just saw not too long ago, and I was like, what in the hell is that? Oh, you know who else has totally just cut her face all up? She don't even look like the same person. Nicole Kidman. You guys, there's a new movie out on Netflix called Bombshell. It is really good. And it has Nicole Kidman, and it's talking about the head or somebody of some news channel. I think they said it's based off of a true story. And this is kind of what kind of started the whole Me Too movement within that news channel, because these ladies were accusing the main guy that he would have you doing all kind of sexual activity and stuff to get a job, to get promotions. And it had Nicole Kidman, Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron is gorgeous. I don't know if she's done any work, but she's always been beautiful to me. She is freaking gorgeous. She's in the movie, and the other main girl, I don't know who she is. I'm not even going to try to guess. But Nicole Kidman, you guys, when you see her face, she don't even look like the same woman. And I used to love me some Nicole Kidman. She doesn't even, you could just, her face is just, it just looks like this, you guys. Look how strange. But it looks strange, you guys. Like it's been stretched so much that she doesn't even look like, I literally was like, is that Nicole Kidman? I literally had to go back and look at the credits and like, who is starring in this movie? And the first name came up was Nicole Kidman. I was like, that is Nicole. Why did she do that to her face? She looks so stretched, you guys. It's just crazy. You know who else did their face, stretched their face out so much? I've just gotten used to seeing her now because she's like literally like in her 80s. Jane Fonda. She's just like this. You guys see what I mean? Like at some point it just starts looking crazy. Like when you maybe go with one surgery, you would look like this. Okay. It'll take some of the lines away like this. You guys are like, dang, Tracy, you look good. No. Okay, but then you have one surgery and you go from this to this. Okay, and then you like, why can't they just stop right there? Nope, they keep going and then they look like this. I don't know why I'm on here playing with y'all. Oh my God, she has gone too far. That's what Nicole Kidman look like this right now. She look like this. She's like this. Like her face is just pulled. It looks weird. They look like squirrels. It looks weird. It looks like an alien. It doesn't look good. And nobody believes that they're younger. This is why I don't understand why women do this, because it's like nobody looks at you and go, you look so much younger than your age. No. People just look at you and they're like, you look weird. You just look weird. It's not a compliment. It's just like, you look weird. I hope I am just blessed to just, you know, to just look. I've been enjoying this stage in my life. I've been enjoying the stage in my life where, one, I just don't care what people think. It's so beautiful, ladies, when you can just get to this point in your life. You don't care what men think. You don't care what your parents think. You don't care what the pastor thinks. You don't care what the priest thinks. You don't care what your kids think. You just don't care. You're just like, I'm just living my life. And as long as I'm happy and pleased with myself, that's all that matters. I'm happy. I'm in love with life. Life is good. That's all that matters. I'm good. When you get to that point, ladies, oh God, life is so freaking good. Like I told you guys, I could be walking down the sidewalk and will literally trip on the sidewalk. I will start laughing at myself. I'm not looking around. I'm not trying to figure out if somebody saw me fall. I'm not like, oh my God, did somebody just see me trip on the sidewalk? I will literally laugh at myself and keep it moving. I'm like, life is good. I don't care about what nobody think. But ladies, when you get to this point, you start pissing a lot of people off. When men realize that you don't care what they think, when men realize that you are not doing anything for their validation, for their gaze, for their attention, they start getting really angry because they can sense that you just don't care anymore. When your parents realize you don't care anything about impressing them and their validation, your own parents will get really, really mad at you because they're like, they want to still have you under their thumb and they want you to do what they want you to do. But when you get to a point in your life where you're just like, I don't care. I'm just doing me. I'm just doing me. You either like it or love it. Don't like it, hate it. Don't matter either way. I'ma still do me. I'm over here living my life. People don't like that. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here because it's starting to rain again and I don't know if it's gonna be another thunderstorm, and the clouds are coming. The clouds are coming. Okay, you guys, now next week, as long as it's not thunderstorming, we're going to be back to our regular scheduled time. I will be back here on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is our time. That is our jam. So I will be back here next Thursday for our live. So make sure that you guys have subscribed. Make sure that you have turned on your bell notifications so that you know when I'm going live, so that you know when my videos are uploaded. You guys know that I upload videos every single day. Every single day. And if you like Tracy and Tracy Unplugged and like talking about relationships and modern day dating and all those good things, consider subscribing to the channel. Subscribe. Definitely hit the like button, you guys. And then also, I want to say thank you to all of the people who kept the chat going. You guys know I love it when you guys keep the conversation going and keep us talking about some very interesting things. So I appreciate William. William, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate Vincent. Twanda, thank you so much. Veronica, thank you so much. D Nice was in there again today. Abba was in there. Somebody else was in there keeping the chat going. I'm sorry, I forgot the name, but I appreciate you guys so much when you keep our lives going and a good conversation. Alexander, that's a good one. We can leave off on that. Alexander said, all men are not like that. Some men appreciate women keeping it real, keeping it 100. I have faith that there are some men out there too that like a good, real, wholesome woman, like a woman who keeps it real. I have hope that there's some men out there as well. Okay, you guys, I don't know what tomorrow's upload is about, but you guys be tuned. Be sure to catch it. All of my uploads come up every single day. Rain, sunshine, hail, snow, every day at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when my uploads go up. So you guys be sure to turn on your notifications so that you guys can see those. Oh, and Veronica said, you are a supernova empath. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am. Okay, you guys. So I will see you on the upload tomorrow, and I will see you guys next week for our live, you guys, on Thursday, not Fridays, on Thursday. Okay, you guys. I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.